As I was saying, I was gonna use some lighting to make sure the video is well lit, but I think this is good enough as far as I can figure. So today I want to talk about something that we rarely or barely even talk about. I want to talk about so personally, I don't want to be a strong woman anymore. Okay, and not because of what you're thinking about. It's not like I'm just tired of being a strong woman. No, that's not the case. I've always been the woman who always handles everything. I've always been a woman who is a go-getter. As a young girl, I was always taught about being the strong one, being the one I was always taught to be the one that's always fixing things at home, always the one who is taking care of my brothers. Of course, I'm the only girl in our household, okay? So growing up, I didn't learn how to do things for myself. I was always doing them for other people, okay? I was a strong girl. I wanted to do well in school. Academically, I was doing good, great. Of course, I do have a degree. But still, after I came out of school and I got home, I was supposed to be the strong woman who is out there cleaning, cooking, and doing all those stuff, when my brothers were just relaxing and sitting back. Not in a bad way, but this is just to say the reason, or giving a background to the reason why I don't want to be a strong woman anymore. Because I just realized, like, everybody wants you to be a strong woman, and the moment you say that you don't want to be a strong woman anymore, everyone is having a hard time to accept, because of course they do pry on you wanting to be a strong woman, the fact that they know that you want to be a strong woman, which means you're gonna show up for everyone without thinking about yourself. You're gonna put your needs at the back. You know, you're not gonna put yourself you're not gonna have yourself as a priority. So which means you always show up for everybody. Like, when, let's say, somebody is having a problem, and that problem, when you help them to solve that problem, it inconveniences you. You don't think about yourself. You always think about, oh my God, what can I do for these people? And that's why I'm saying today that I don't want to be a strong woman anymore. Or maybe I don't want to be a strong woman according to what the society says or what the society expects me to be. I want to be a strong woman for myself, okay? I want to be a strong woman, a woman who shows up for herself. I want to be someone who puts myself first. I want to be selfish. I want to pursue the dreams that really make sense to me, not because someone thinks that that's what's best for me. I want to pursue things that really make sense to me. I want to go on a career path that makes sense to me. I want to pursue my dreams even if they don't make sense to the men around us, okay? I think as African women, we have always been taught about to be even misogynistic towards ourselves, because, for example, growing up, my mom would always, it used to be something or a thing going on in our village where women would tell their children, oh, you need to learn how to do this, or who is gonna marry you. I don't think that's a good thing to tell a young girl, because it's like you're teaching her that the only thing that she's meant to be doing, yes, she can be excelling in her academics, but everything that she's doing, where it's leading her, is just to becoming a wife or to becoming somebody's helper. That's where it was always leading, which brings me to the point where, the other reason that I don't want to be a strong woman is because we always taught to be misogynistic towards ourselves, okay, as African women, and maybe as Black women. I don't know about women in other geographical areas, but I think we are always taught to be misogynistic towards ourselves, and that's why even our mothers teach us to be strong. You want to be a strong woman, not for the reasons that you should be strong woman, not for yourself, okay? Because I feel like you should be a strong woman for yourself, but you should be a strong woman for other people, and that's where the contradiction comes in, and that's where the real problem comes in. I feel like people get used to women being strong, and when women stop being strong, or when they you know what, I can't keep doing this anymore, people do assume that the woman have changed, or oh, you've changed, you're not the person that you used to be. But in truth, you're just exhausted. You're exhausted to be the one who carries everyone's pain. You're exhausted to be the one that carries the burden. You're always the one who is carrying other people's baggages, okay? And I've seen this with women in our village. For example, you'll see a household with let's say 5 sisters and let's say 10 brothers, okay? The sisters always show up when the brothers are having challenges, but when it's time for the sisters, it's like they gotta figure that on themselves. Okay, so why is it like for us women, we always start to show up? And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to show up, even for the people who are around us, for the men who are around us, but why do we always have to be the one who are showing up for people? And I know for some people that can be contradictory or whatever, but I'm just saying that like it's really inconsiderate when someone changes, when a woman changes, the first thing that you want to think about is like, oh my god, they don't want to help anymore. But the truth is they're just exhausted. Okay, so I wrote something small here. I don't want to be admired for how much I can endure anymore. I want peace, I want rest, I want honesty. I'm tired of pretending things don't affect me. I'm tired of carrying pain quietly because I can carry it. And maybe I'm still strong, just not in the way people are used to. Maybe real strength is finally admitting I can keep doing this alone. Okay, maybe the real strength is not about how I show up for people around me. Maybe it's about how I show up for myself. Maybe the real strength is not about how I pursue a career that everybody have dreamt about me pursuing. Maybe it's about me pursuing a career that I want to. Maybe the real strength is not about how soon I pop out some children. Okay, maybe it's about how soon I don't. Okay, maybe being a strong woman is about even not bringing them kids. Okay, maybe being a strong woman is not about how soon you get married and how good is your marriage. Maybe the strongness of a woman maybe is like her making that decision for herself, making the decision and deciding, okay, this is the best time, this is how I want to move as a person. Okay, so I think when it comes to this topic and me saying that I don't want to be a strong woman anymore, I know this is a feeling for so many other women. Like there's so many women who feel the same, like, oh my god, I really don't want to be a strong woman anymore. I'm exhausted to be strong woman anymore. I'm exhausted to be that person that is always lifted up as a trophy, because of the achievements that you make. Maybe the achievements that you make are not even considerate to yourself. Okay, maybe this is a call to every woman out there, and I know women barely watch my channel, but maybe this for any woman who is watching, or even for the men who are watching. Maybe this is about considering the women in your life. Stop telling them to be strong. Be there for them, show up for them. Because of course I know women have fought to be strong, women have fought to work, but the truth is at the same time, we all need to be considerate to the women in our life. I think women have always been strong, even before women could work. I feel like women have always been strong. You've always been told to be strong, and if you're not being strong, you're really failing, and that's what the society thinks. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think the whole thing of not wanting to be a strong woman, do you think that's an exaggeration, or is it something that's real? Is it an honest feeling that people are feeling? Okay, if you watch these videos so far, thank you so much for being here. Kindly like, comment and subscribe, and until next time, bye bye.